And we're back to Lobby Concessionals, the movie podcast where nobody's right and everybody's wrong. I'm Parker, and that's Brendan. If you're liking what we're doing, smash that like button, take it out, have a good time. Maybe take it home, No judgment here. Make sure you do that as well with the subscribe button. Both of them, it's like a...
You're not exclusive.
Menage a trois sort of situation. Today, we are going to be doing a Objectively Wrong, where we're taking a look at someone with an unpopular opinion, bring them on the show, and we see what their opinion is and work it out. Try and maybe convince them otherwise. To that end, today we have got CJ on the show. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be on.
So give us a quick overview. What is your objectively wrong take, your unpopular opinion?
Yeah, I love being set up like that. That's great. That's good. I'm excited to be objectively wrong on the podcast.
Good.
Well, I'd say my issue is with Tom Hanks.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Is it that he's too good in everything?
The opposite. In fact, yeah.
Oh, he's not enough things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. Like I want to start kind of by saying that he's probably just not my cup of tea.
Okay.
Like he seems like a decent human being. I don't know him, but from what I can see, like he seems, like a nice guy.
He's America's dad, yeah.
So it feels bad, but then when you start calling him America's dad, that's really where things kind of get rough for me.
Okay.
I would describe him more as like white bread or like Wonder Bread, where it's like, there's
Delicious.
just nothing interesting about him in any way.
Yeah.
Like he's just an extremely mid actor. Really kind of just comes across the exact same way every single time, and he's consistent, just like Wonder Bread, but he does the same thing day in and day out, and people just fucking eat it up.
Yeah.
They just give it and it's a little much for me. I really don't think it's deserved.
You're looking for some 12 grain.
Something,
a
anything,
little bit of
at
variety
all.
in there.
Anything. Put some seeds in there. I don't care. Like
flax.
whatever.
Yeah.
I would take something gross over what I'm taking right now because this is just boring.
Oh.
We've got a product for you, actually, then. If you're looking for something gross, try out Army Hammer's beef jerky.
I really do not want to try that. I have no interest in that product whatsoever.
Okay. So some of that I can agree with. I think that I don't think it's unreasonable to say that he's.
You almost said it.
I wouldn't say bland. He's not. I wouldn't say bland. I would absolutely. Yeah. He is reliable, and so that's where I can see that.
And that's where we set the bar for America's dad.
Hey man,
reliable.
I would kill for a reliable dad. I don't know what the problem is here.
The bar is on the floor, boys. Okay, you are not really putting this guy on a pedestal right now.
I'm just saying, if he went out for milk and came back, he's better than 50% of the dads in America. So
I think my standards are a little bit higher than 50%.
That's fair.
I just don't think that does it for me.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Okay. So, I'm assuming you've seen some Tom Hanks movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so give me a quick sampling. What are we looking at here?
So the big one I saw was Forrest Gump when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to watch You've Got Mail every day.
Okay.
A lot. So that was kind of tough. But yeah, I started seeing a lot of You've Got Mail and Castaway. Which I watched later. And, that kind of started to trigger for me because I wasn't particularly interested in You've Got Mail or Tom Hanks' performance in that movie to begin with. So, kind of set off some red flags when I started seeing that in a movie where he was marooned and going insane on a deserted island.
You didn't like a Tom Hanks movie where it's just Tom Hanks?
See, you'd think so, but actually, that was probably the last one I ever watched. just really clicked. And I think I forget when it came out. I was pretty young, so like I learned very early that I do not like Tom Hanks, and I've taken zero interest in him since. So if you throw like Bridge of Spies at me, that's just not gonna compute up here at all. Not that I would ever expect that would make a difference, because I'm sure he's the same.
How about Saving Private Ryan?
Yep, saw that one. I watched it in film studies.
General vibe.
Great movie.
Okay.
Great movie. He didn't ruin it. But I wasn't psyched to see him. It was Captain Phillips, Tom Hanks.
I do not like that man, Tom Hanks. I do not like him in his tank.
It was just leader, hero Tom Hanks.
I do not like him in a bank.
Oh my god. Keep going the bit. Okay, so that makes the pitch difficult. We usually do this thing where, Parker will pitch a movie, I'll pitch a movie.
Yeah.
Is there a Tom Hanks movie where he like carves someone up or like goes crazy?
Here we go.
This is a good question. So then, like, is the issue that he's being a hero, or like, is the issue that he's the protagonist?
That's part of it.
Okay.
Like I think he definitely has that. Every movie I've seen him in, they try to hit that wholesome vibe, like Cloud Atlas, even. Like everything. It's just they'll find a way to kind of hit like, yeah, this guy's just a good guy,
Okay.
And even I think even if he were to portray a bad character, like an antagonist or a bad person, I don't think he'd do a good job of that, because I think that there would still be aspects of who he is that have been highlighted so significantly that he can't offset that with his actual acting ability.
Okay. So like,
I don't think it'll do it for me. I just don't think it can ever work.
I guess he's probably not morally gray enough for anything in Saving Private Ryan for that to really... Like,
not really.
They're definitely like the heroes of that film, and it's really set up that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we found a film that he plays some sort of morally gray, ideally an antagonist, we might be able to sway an opinion.
Like, morally gray would frankly be a little disappointing. Like, I'm kind of like, I'd love to see something dark. But I just don't think that's out there. So like, and I think I know why, and I think it's because he's bad.
The first film that comes to mind for me I think where he's the most dickish is Woody in Toy Story.
You're not wrong.
In that first movie, Woody's an asshole.
So long.
So I don't know if we're getting there, but
his voice work is grating. It is awful.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I just don't like his voice too. But I'll hear it. I'll just know, and like I get like a thing. I get like a spine tingle, chill, want to throw up kind of thing.
This might be a losing battle.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I would count it as a loss, but maybe it's not a W.
Maybe I have to see a counselor first.
Yeah.
So I think, is that enough for you, Brendan? Do you have any questions? Any follow up? Before you can pitch?
I mean, I have concerns with the pitch now. I'll be honest with you. Okay. But I mean, I don't like. Yeah, let's do it. You go.
Okay. So my end of this is, I think the only movie I can think of that matches this description. And I tossed around Philadelphia, but based on everything you've just said, Philadelphia is not that. It's just, like, he won an Oscar for it. He won an Oscar for Gump too, which is. But like,
why wouldn't they give it to him though? He deserves it. He's Tom Hanks. Just give it to him.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, like, just give him everything. Yeah. Let's just suck this guy off for 30 years. Let's do it. Why not? Look at him.
Why not? Yeah,
why not? He's fine.
Just do it. So Philadelphia is a hard no. But the movie I can think of is Road to Perdition. And he plays he's not an antagonist. He is a morally gray, that's the best way to put it.
It's the only way to put it.
A morally gangster type.
Okay.
Who goes on a road to perdition.
Right on.
I looked up that word at one point, and now I completely forget. But I think it's effectively redemption, or no, I can't remember. Anyway, it's great film. You got Daniel Craig in there as well.
Oh, good. Thank God.
So, I think that's the closest we're going to get to him being dark. From my end, anyway, in my experience.
I mean, yeah, that's
it's not something he does.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, like if you're looking for dark, I mean, we got the wrong guy.
We're not going to have. I don't think we're going to be able to pull out like a Elijah Wood in Sin City thing here.
Or I loved that.
Yeah, or like
that was so quick after Lord of the Rings too.
Oh,
He just
yeah.
turned it right on.
and that's actually a really
It
good
was
example.
awesome.
Like I think like Tom Hanks needs like an Eastern Promises, something
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
sure.
Just cutting off fingers and.
But I don't. Yeah, like that would be awesome. That would actually that would do a lot for him. I just don't think he can do it.
And I mean, and you're right. Road is like the closest we get.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So do you have a pitch? What is your?
My pitch is a little bit left field. It's not dark because it does. You're right. It doesn't exist. So I'm not gonna try to make up an idea.
Yeah.
That he's a murderer and Sully. My pick is Bachelor Party. It's an older movie.
Okay.
It's a comedy, and he's an asshole in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, they're all assholes in it. It's a bunch of group of friends and they're throwing a bachelor party and it gets out of hand. So
Okay.
it's an 80s raunchy comedy and it's great.
Like a sex comedy?
Kind of like there's stuff like that in there.
Is it meant for teens?
Maybe a little bit older than teens.
Oh, okay.
Not all of us got married at 18.
It's that 80s thing, right? Where like if you took that movie now, it wouldn't be for teens. But it definitely was probably back in 1987.
Okay.
It's the same thing we talked about with the Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff. Like Kindergarten Cop was not a kids movie; it's absolutely a family movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's this. So it's a raunchy teen comedy, and it's one of his earlier stuff. Like he does it the year before Big. Which is Big was probably the other one I would say to do, but he's so fucking wholesome in that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Well, that's effectively his breakout, right?
I mean, he has
moment.
like Joe versus the Volcano. I think that comes after too, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Yeah. So, Bachelor Party, I think, would be it for me. It's either that or A League of Their Own. Which I could try to win you over with sports.
Oh, I like sports.
Right? I could try to win you over with sports, but again,
but Tom Hanks.
But it's Tom Hanks, and again, he's a good dude in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So there's no so.
I think he's fine at being a good dude. It's just if it was like Hollywood was like, hey, here's a good dude, we'll put him in some good dude stuff. That'd be fine. But they're like, this is America's dad.
So I would have to go Bachelor Party because if the opinion is he's bland and he can only do one thing, the best I can do is, hey, here's him being a teenage asshole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give that a shot.
I'd be open to watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give him the two.
And usually there'd be a third, but again, I think it would have been Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Like given the criteria, Saving Private Ryan, I think would be the go-to. But we've it's already seen that.
We've established that it's hot garbage.
Moving on. So we've got a potentially morally gray gangster film, and then we've got a asshole sex comedy. If it matters at all, Road to Perdition probably comes out early 2000s. So we've got like what is he, 35, 40-year-old Tom Hanks, probably maybe even mid-40s, probably mid-40s. And then Bachelor Party comes out in the 80s, so he's like early 20s.
Yeah.
So I get to pick.
You pick one.
Well, I honestly, what I want would be to like watch a Tom Hanks movie and be like, this guy's an asshole.
Okay.
So I think I would probably lean Bachelor Party, actually.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Plus,
enough.
I think I've seen Road to Perdition on some like lists, right? Like it was kind of Oscar baity or talked like it was
Very.
critically acclaimed. Yeah.
Very.
Like, see, that's not the shit that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're.
You know,
I mean,
like,
it's tough because like I like Road to Perdition, but it's still very peak Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very,
Yeah.
very much in his window.
Yeah, I don't want to like be looking at Tom Hanks in this movie and like seeing his face and being like he's getting filleted right now underneath this shot. Like I don't want to like look at that. So yeah, if we can do like a more raw earlier Tom Hanks, maybe that would be it.
We'll pick the movie where he might be getting flated in the shot.
That's
as
what we
opposed
want to
to
see.
out of the shot.
Yeah.
Why would you
brilliant,
cut
brilliant.
that out?
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Maybe we'll check back in 2 weeks or so and see how it went.
Like, can't wait. Just so excited.
These are fun. These are great.
If we missed a Tom Hanks film, if you can think of a Tom Hanks film where he turns into a Hannibal Lecter, please let us know.
That's not Toy Story.
Yeah,
He doesn't have to eat someone. Like, you know. Yeah, like.
Yeah, so if we missed one, let us know in the comments. Yeah, and check back in 2 weeks.